Welcome to another My Random Tips episode. This one will be covering on how to set up a domain with GoDaddy hosted somewhere else, how to set up that domain on GoDaddy, how to set up DNS, how to get it all working correctly and install WordPress. In other videos I'll cover on how to set up SSL and Google Analytics, etc, to create a fully functional site ready for your blogging pleasure. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Okay, so here we are logged into my domain manager from Crazy Domains. This is the website that I've hooked up called mycarnivorediet.com. Okay, now we'll be going through on how to set it up through GoDaddy. So we go to the GoDaddy page and then go into my account. And now we go to manage all domains. Then on the top bar, we would like to add in DNS hosting. Now this asks us for the domain name, which we can just copy from here. Paste it in. Next. Now these are the name servers that we must use with our register. So NS33 and NS34. So we just go to name servers, modify NS33 and copy 34 and hit update. Now since GoDaddy will be handling the DNS records as well, they're not applicable, so we can just remove it. And that is it. Okay, so now we can go back to here to view my domains. Okay, here we go. You can see the website is listed here. If we hit the button there and go to Manage DNS, okay, now you can see in Manage My DNS that you see the A record is currently set for parked. We do not want this. We want it to basically reflect what is our host name in GoDaddy from our server. So the best way to do that is if we go into here, go to our home page, go to My Products, then manage on our web hosting through cPanel. You'll see now on the left hand side IP address. This is the IP address of my server, which is what I need to use. So we copy that, update this value, and I recommend updating the second to 10,800. Hit save. And it's done. Okay, so the next step now is we go into cPanel, which we should still have open in our tab. Hit cPanel admin. The next step here is we go to domains. So we want to create a new domain for my carnivore diet. So paste it in, hit create domain. We don't want to share the root, we untick, and we want it to basically go within our website underneath the public domain with its own nice folder. So I'll stick it under mycarnivorediet.com, which is fine. We hit submit. This can take a while, so I shall speed it up. Okay, successfully created. And there you can see it in the list. It's got its own directory. Very nice. Okay, so we go back to Home and cPanel. Now we want to install WordPress. So the featured applications, click on WordPress blog. We want to install this application. That's asking which domain. We find My Carnivore Diet in the list. So we'll just choose www.mycarnivorediet.com. Okay, directory, optional. As you already know, you can see here that the path directory is underneath the subfolder mycarnivorediet.com. That's good. That's where all the WordPress files will be installed under, is underneath that directory. So we don't need it to have the /blog in there. That's why the directory is optional. So it would nicely just go to mycarnivorediet.com as our blog, which is what we want. We install the latest version of WordPress. We accept the ULA. We update minor versions. I don't like to do automatic updates. I do that myself. Okay, so standards are pretty good. This part is important. I shall blur it out for convenience. But basically take note of what your administrator username is. Keep that aside in a notepad, because this will be your login to log in. So you just hit show password, copy that, save it aside. Okay, I usually leave email as default. You can adjust that later. Same thing for the website, but the website title I'll just call My Carnivore Diet. I'll make the tagline, can man live on meat alone? Okay, I won't bother about that. I can set up a double authentication later on. Limit failed login attempts, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so we hit install. As you can see here, it says a task is currently processing. If we scroll down, you can see it is installing. I shall speed this up for your convenience. Congratulations, the website is now installed. Okay, so let's try opening up the website and see if it works. There you go, works 100%. Next step is that we'll just do the generic setup and make it go. So all you need to do is go to the website /wp-admin, hit enter, and you'll get to the WordPress login. You put in that username and password that you noted in the installation instructions. You can hit remember me, and it'll take you through the WordPress setup. The interesting thing also about using a GoDaddy install is that you get some plugins by default that will make it quick to set up. And I don't mind the Beaver plugin. I'm actually thinking of buying the premium version. Okay, so just hit Start Wizard. It asks you what you're setting up. We'll just say it's a website blog. We'll set it up for other. And it's got the title and tagline still. Hit Continue. Contact information. You can if you want, but I haven't got anything set up, so we'll just hit Continue. Asks you to choose which theme to choose. And as it says, you can always change it later. For fun, I think I shall choose Ascension. Just letting you know you can preview different website styles by moving it across. You can hit select when you're happy and change colors. So this is this version of the website. We can have a scroll through and have a look at some of the other default templates that we like just to get us going. So for fun, I think I'll use this template. Doesn't look too bad. Now, instead of the orange color, I think we will choose, let's choose red and see how it looks. That looks quite nice. Hit select. Okay, we've got a few other things here that we can do, changing fonts, etc. And editing content. You also watch a tutorial if you wish, but we won't. Okay, fonts. By standard, it does this Oswald one. I'm a big fan initially of using Open Sans for all of my fonts. I find it easier on the eyes. So it looks quite decent. I think we're looking quite good for the default setup. So let's hit publish. Okay, as you see it says published. All we need to do is hit the X. And welcome to your WordPress dashboard. This is where you can set up your pages, your posts for your blog. But first I'll just show you how to update. Now if we go to the plugins, you can go to install plugins. You can see there's a few updates to go. If you want to update them easier, you can do it from this menu, or you can hit that button as well, which will take you that there's 5 updates. And you can see it's got Beaver update, just some of the standard ones. So let's just hit select all, hit update plugins. Okay, all plugins have been updated. So now let's have a view of our site, see how it looks. And then it's letting you know this is where the Beaver Builder is. So the useful thing about that is you can easily edit the page compared to the standard one that's built in. So we hit the Beaver Builder button. It tells you to take a tour, but we won't. I'll give you a little tour myself. So you have these extra things in here where you can add in any elements and drag them in. And you can hit done when you're happy. Upgrade to the full premium version, which I'm thinking of doing because it has a few extra features like countdown timers, etc., which I think is pretty cool. But you can have a look here of why it's useful, because if you see that each of these boxes are elements, so if you go, I'm not happy with the picture that side, you can easily drag the photo that side, drag the information that side, and just completely change it around very quickly. Buttons are also very easy. You can change styles, you can change color of the button, etc., etc., and the link where it goes to. Okay, so the other thing too is you also got templates you can easily drag and drop. So you can hit plus, you can go to templates, and it's got some inbuilt ones which are sort of cool. So if we go, we like the look of this frequently asked questions, we want to chuck it to the bottom, you can just click it and say add to append to the new layout, and I'll just chuck it in at the bottom, and there it is there. So they're very easy to chuck in extra elements very quickly. So we'll delete those because I don't want it. Okay, so you can see if we wanted to also add in some modules, just want to chuck in another a 1-column row up here, you can easily chuck it at the top. You can say that you want a photo, then you can select your photo. Should be some default ones in here. Let's stick a burger. And then you've got it easily in the top. Alright, I'll delete those. Just publish it how it is. So we just hit done, publish. Even though we made no changes, it still thinks we did. And that's it. So thank you for tuning into this episode of My Random Tips. We've covered on how to use a domain hosted somewhere else, add it into GoDaddy, install WordPress and get it going. The next video I'm planning of covering how to set it up as a SSL website. In other words, HTTPS, which is important these days because Google increases your search results when you're running a properly secure site. And we will probably be setting it up through Cloudflare as well because they make this process easy, but there's a few steps involved in this. And also we have to configure Google Analytics, etc., etc. So there's a few things to set up when setting up a new WordPress site, but once the bare bones are in, the whole process will be easy. So stay tuned for those extra videos. So please like and subscribe if you like this video. And also hit the little bell icon if you want to be alerted to when the next video comes out so you can see on how to do the next step. So if you found this video helpful, please leave any comments or questions below and I'll be happy to help you out. So thank you again for listening to Simon's Random Tips. Goodbye and thank you.